Let's go see what she's up to, because obviously she's up to something. I hear screaming. Is that you? What are you doing?
Well, we had a coyote almost get the dogs the other day. So I'm setting up some targets to start target practicing right where it ran at.
You probably can see it.
Come up here behind me like you're following me. So we have this herd trail right here where the deer usually come. And the coyote came up over there where I put that first target, and then it ran up on the pipeline, circled around. The dogs weren't even barking. Circled around, came back up this trail to get the dogs. And he was, the pin's about right there. He was right here when I ran out and started screaming at him. And so we went and picked up some ammo, and I'm going to set these little targets up so that I can practice, do some practice shooting at the height that the coyote's at, because I'm not playing any games when it comes to my dogs. There goes Bud. He's looking at my target.
You can see the target from here. It is bright.
I may have to put a nail in on these because they're stick ones. And then we'll just shoot at these little things and practice. I can get up out of my window and probably hit that one. We'll have to see what my line of sight looks like.
Sharp shoot out of there.
I guarantee you the sucker ain't coming back. And you know, if you only see one, that means the rest are waiting for it to lure out whatever it is that it's trying to lure out. But I don't think he could tell that there was a fence here. This is the biggest coyote I've ever seen. This is as big as a German Shepherd. So let the games begin.
Okay, dogs. So your job is to lure the coyotes to us. And then our job is to take them out. Justin, do you hear this? Justin, you got it.
I'll tell you what, in Texas, I guess everything's not bigger because their coyotes are this big. This coyote, I'm not kidding you, was this tall. It was as tall, or if not taller, than a German Shepherd. And man, it was beeline and straight for him. Don't show them, Justin's pooping.
I'm so tempted to show them now. Oh, he's done.
I can't tell, can you?
Not from this angle.
Okay, so I'm shooting low. Here. I think I hit that one a couple of times. So I'm putting my red dot right here in between my two sides, so it shoots a little low.
So next time you'll be able to just put it up higher and hit it right on.
A little higher, yeah. We may have to. I don't know if you can sight these guys. I Kentucky windage it. Let's see.
I best not stand here while you're doing it.
No. Okay, clear.
Look at that.
Well, I hit quite a few going across here. You can see that. But I was aiming, so I'd aim here, and then I'd move it up to probably about right here. So that's still off. I mean, how many feet am I? Let's see, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet. I'd say I'm 40 feet from this. 40, maybe 50 feet. Not bad for a little 22 that's sat. in the
Well,
storage. For
if that pink is their head, then that means you got them in the neck. So that's a good shot.
Yeah. Should absolutely do it.
Yeah.
I mean, and these aren't made for super far distance. I think we shot 3, 5, 7, and 25. All right, Kimmy, how long has it been?
A long time. I'm trying to remember how long.
Okay. So we have this tree, and then we have that one. All right. We have that one, and then we also have that one. See it?
Okay, I see. Yeah, I'm doing that. It's been a really long time. I can't even say how long.
Make sure you caulk it.
Yeah, I'm just getting familiar with the dance and stuff again. Seeing chunks flying.
You are?
I said I'm not.
Oh, I didn't see it either. Oh, I did on that one. You hit it on that one.
Target's gone.
You shot the target off.
I have it cocked still.
Can you just point it at the ground and I'll go fix that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks the same. Actually, I think it's not hit, but it's the same to the right and low. I'm going to push this down here. I'm kind of excited that it's the same because that means we're both aiming and it's the gun because it's two different people shooting it.
Okay.
Oh, hit it off. Either this one's just not sticky. I think what it's doing, because it's not hit, I think you're hitting close to it and it's knocking it off because it's not. Yeah, there's two really good bullets in it. Real close to it. So you're about an inch to the right of the dot, if that.
I don't know how many I've done.
Oh, you just shoot till you get a click.
Okay.
There it is. go see.
That was fun.
That is so much fun.
Yeah.
I kind of thought you got it.
See that coyote?
Look at that.
Yeah.
That is all nice and close.
Nice.
Okay. At this point, oh, hi, you're close. At this point, either one of us can get it.
Not bad for however many years it's been. I'm thinking it's been at least, I think I was in my early 30s and I'm 50.
Yeah,
So,
I was like, it's been like 12 years for me.
long time.
Any kind of real shooting, target shooting. I used to go to the gun range and actually pistol shoot. So, but it's been a long time. Woo! Got my hat. My little hat. Stupid. Well, guys, it's time to finish getting some firewood. And I'll tell you, Kim and I were laughing through this whole thing of we were just tired of firewood already, and we haven't even really done very much of it. I know that what we're going to end up doing is using what we have, obviously, and then probably purchasing some later in the year, probably some of the pressed logs. They burn really clean, and I do know that firewood is filthy, and I'm over it already. But it does burn nice, and we're going to stay really warm, and so I'm extremely grateful for that. You know, as I was pre-watching this before I put the video out, I was thinking, you know, the definition of homesteading. And you have a lot of people that when you're DIYing and you're putting it out there on YouTube that want to say you're not doing it right. You're not really homesteading because you have power. And there's this thought process of the fact that you need to basically live in a cave somewhere and not have the amenities, you know, and that you're not truly off grid because you buy gasoline and so to run your generator or whatever. But I think you know, that's getting caught up in the details. I do think that people that live this lifestyle have a better chance if the grid goes completely down of survival. And just because we don't live with any of these extra amenities that we purchase, you know, from the gas station or propane or such, doesn't mean we can't. It just means that we choose not to. And so I think that there is this I don't know if it's people want to defend what they're doing, and I think it's time that we realize you don't have to defend what you're doing. You do what makes you feel happy. If that means living in town and going to a grocery store, or if that means, you know, growing all of your own food and never touching anything in a grocery store, you know, that's your choice. We're really blessed to be here in the United States, and the fact that we get to make those choices. I don't know, it was just kind of something that I was thinking about, and I think we all need to just let people be themselves. Well, it's official. Kim is out of town. And will probably be gone for the next couple of months. So while she's away, I'm going to continue to move forward on this kitchen. And if you guys are new to this channel, I'm gonna let you know a little bit of who we are, and I appreciate you getting this far into the video. So Kim and I are military veterans, and we were stationed together our very first duty station and have been best friends ever since. And, you know, we've both had marriages and raised our own babies and done our own thing. And, you know, you have to let those kids grow, and you have to figure out your own life and what you're doing. And so I'm extremely grateful for Kim coming up here and helping me and taking this journey together. It's a lot more fun with your best friend hanging out with you than all by yourself. So I've actually never built cabinets before, ever. And this is part of my homesteading journey. I really want to learn these skills to at least say that I did it once. Who knows if I'll do it again? who knows if I'll ever build this from scratch again or not. I am planning on a bigger house here, and this tiny house will eventually be for guests and friends and such. You know, but I'm really having a good time doing this. My brain likes working through these type of things. And, you know, so it's a lot of fun for me. Kim and I have been joking lately because, you know, people ask us if we're a couple. And those of you that have watched us, you know that we're not, that we are just really good friends. And we're more like siblings at this point in our lives. And I keep turning around and saying to her, I would rather make the sandwich. For those of you that watch Candace Owens, she talks about somebody making fun of her for making a sandwich for her husband. And honestly, there's a lot of these projects that I do that I would literally rather make the sandwich. I think firewood is one of them. Hey guys, if you're new to this channel, I want to take this opportunity to ask you to subscribe because it truly does help the channel out. You know, we really truly appreciate you that watch us, that have been following the journey and that support us. So please definitely leave us a comment. Tell us where you're from. By that much. Almost got it by that much. I have to cut that now. Inside. Ooh, good morning, you guys. This is day 2 on the kitchen, finishing up this kitchen wall. I'm also making sourdough bread. Let me show you. I know it looks like a dirty towel, but it's not. Look at that, beautiful. So I don't have the right bowls and I don't have the right cloths that you put under it, but I do have a Dutch oven, and so I'll be cooking it in that and hopefully using this stove for the first time, or see, it's dark in here, or I'll just do it on the grill because I have done that before, and that's probably what I'll end up doing because I don't need to heat it up in here anymore. It's really warm, you guys. So it is like 72, almost 73 or ish. Yeah, 73 in here. That's really warm. I was raised by feminists. My mom was a feminist. My aunt, who is my mother's identical twin, feminist. And they went through the whole burning of the bras and all of that kind of stuff. And, you know, so I've definitely learned that I can do the things that need to be done, you know, in this life to get us through. But honestly, I would rather be that homesteading wife. I would rather be the one that does the garden and prepares the food and feeds and takes care of my family. That's actually my love language. But that's not saying that I can't do these things or I don't enjoy doing them when I do them. I actually really do. And getting this kitchen done and putting up, you know, this first step to it has actually been extremely rewarding. I do think one of the questions that I've been asked is, why am I not using drywall? And it has been a while since that's been mentioned because you guys just kind of know that this is what I'm doing. I have to say the biggest reason why I didn't want to do drywall is because I really did not want to do mudding and sanding. And I think that's because we're living in here. So if we weren't living inside the building, I probably would have went ahead and done drywall and just, you know, been able to dust it all down and not worried about it being all over everything. But because we are living in this while we're building it, I don't want to play that game. So I decided to do the OSB. It gives, you know, a little bit of strength to putting things up and all of that kind of stuff. And I don't have to do the mudding and the taping. Now, if this was a regular stick framed house, I would probably want to do some kind of taping or something because, you know, that's part of your barrier in keeping the elements out. But because this is a shipping container, I don't really have that problem. So this seems to be working out really well. I swore that other piece was 4 feet. Apparently it wasn't. I'm short up top, but it'll be fine. Actually, that's the width of the cabinet, so that upper cabinet will enclose all of that, so it's totally fine. This one I gotta get better because I don't think there's gonna be a upper cabinet on that side. But my bread was pretty good. I cooked it on the grill. I burnt the bottom. I need the right kind of paper that goes underneath it. But it was pretty good. So I'm pretty new to sourdough. I've made bread for years, just regular bread with dry yeast. But my body doesn't like it anymore. So I'm getting into the sourdough trend. It's a little bit more difficult because we really are working on doing keto, but this again is another skill that I want to learn. I want to learn how to make bread the way that it was originally intended to be made. So this was a lot of fun, getting to throw that in here while I was getting this other work done. The kitchen is totally the heart of the home for me. I love to cook. I am a from scratch kind of person. And so I really cannot wait for the kitchen to be done. So getting the insulation done and getting this wallboard up and then getting ready to start building the cabinets and such is really truly making my heart happy, because the sooner this is all done, the quicker that I get to be cooking. Now here I decided to keep all of the PEX open. It's exposed. And I will be putting in removable pieces of plywood to enclose that in, but I wanted to be able to get to it if I needed to change any of that up, or if there was a leak or something, I would be able to actually get to the water lines in the wall. It's been really fun editing this video and realizing how much Justin just hangs out with me. It's pretty cute. He is such a good boy, and he's very affectionate, and he really likes to be right where I'm at. Chloe's quite a bit more independent, and you know, she's an absolutely fantastic dog herself. For those of you that don't know, I have PTSD, and Chloe is actually my service dog, but it seems like Justin kind of wants to take over that job. She'll check in on me, but if I'm not stressed or if I'm not, you know, having anxiety or anything like that, she pretty much does her own thing. But he definitely likes to be right there and see what I'm doing and just basically hang out with me. It was really cute while I was editing this, seeing how much he just was right there. You know, the wild animals that we have in this area, we have a cougar that comes up here in the wintertime, so we're kind of expecting her to show up at some point. And we definitely have coyotes. There are also bobcats and owls. We have quite a few owls. And here recently, I've been feeding a stray cat that was extremely malnourished when I found her. She's very wild. She wants nothing to do with me. And she actually got a hold of and ate one of the baby rabbits. So that's another predator that I'm actually feeding to hopefully keep the mouse population down. So I'll have to figure out something there to keep the baby rabbits safe. Part open for now. I'll close it up, but I want to be able to get to the water lines, and this kind of worked out perfectly because I had this piece that was this size and I only had to trim it up. So that at this point I can start working on the cabinets. The kitchen cabinet's going to actually stop right here, and then we'll have all metal behind here and such. It is like just warm right there. I can actually touch it, and I think the temperature is really hot on the wood stove. So I'm not worried about this insulation there, but you guys, it's like 90 in here. I am dying. Every bit of insulation that I put up more, it just gets hotter and hotter. So I definitely think we're going to be warm this winter, and I have no worries. So this right here is going to end up being a switch for that light right there over the kitchen sink. I have one of the little round light holders. I just don't know exactly where it is. So I gotta go dig for that. And then next I'll be adding the pieces there. But I can start on the cabinet. I can put my dishwasher back in. And yeah, so another thing that I'm doing is, because the floor treatment that we're going to do is 1.5 inches thick. I know, guys, but it'll be cool. So I got to raise this up 1.5 inches before I do my toe kick. And I did it on the other one, so I'm sure I explained it in that video. But so I got to raise this up 1.5 inches. And I'm honestly deciding how I want to do that. If I just want to do the 2x4s, which are 1.5 inches by 3.5, or if I want to put down to, well, I have 1/2 inch plywood. I would really like it to be solid, but that is a lot of plywood. So I'm probably going to end up going with the 2x4s and just kind of figure it out. But I would really like it if it was like solid, especially underneath the dishwasher. The sink obviously will have a bottom to it, so that's not a big deal. But the dishwasher won't. So I'll probably put plywood on that part, but not underneath the kitchen sink. So we'll just see how it turns out.